Time to call to order the July 20th, 2023 meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. First matter of order is to pledge allegiance to flags. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Yeah.
Consider approval of the planning and zoning minutes from the July 6, 2023 meeting. We have a motion.
Move to approve.
Go ahead.
Move to approve the minutes from July 6th. as
Second.
submitted.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Case file number 2023-56 SP, a motion approving with staff's recommended conditions for proposed preliminary plat of southwest industrial size fourth filing, being a replat of lots 4 and 5, block 6, southwest industrial size located in section 44, block 22, T-2-S TMP Railroad Company Survey, Ector County, Texas, generally located on the northeast corner of the intersection of Dufresne Way and South Fulton in the extraterritorial jurisdiction.
Thank you. The applicant, Newton Engineering PC, is requesting to replat lots 4 and 5, Block 6, Southwest Industrial Sites, located in Section 44, Block 22, T-2-S TNP RR Co-Survey, Ector County, Texas, for ownership purposes. This request has been routed to all respective city departments for internal review. Comments are below. We have not received any objections. Therefore, staff recommends approval of this preliminary replat of Southwest Industrial Sites with filing subject to condition A. Now for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, the request to expand the access from 30 feet to 50 feet, is that something new, something that we're going to see on future plats?
From third, I'm sorry, what was that question?
Each access easement should be at least 50 feet wide and have a unique street name. And it looked like those, I think, 3 access are 30 feet. So we're going to expand that by 20 feet. So my question has to do whether or not it's unique to this plat, or is that something that we're going to be looking at in the future?
It's unique to this plat. Normally, because this is outside of the city limits, I did went ahead and notified Eddie Landrum in regards to that. He had no objections. As far as the city is concerned, we are going by what ordinance requires.
Okay. And so that was essentially, you know, for emergency response vehicles. So I guess, again, my question would be, should this be something that future, other developers in other areas need to be mindful of?
Concerned about,
They do need to be mindful.
because it takes up acreage, right?
Well, yeah, in this case, you know, if the lots are less than an acre, it kind of, you lose a little bit, but I didn't do a lot of hard math, but it looked like it probably would be okay. It would work out.
What is that, we're going to be commenting on
Southwest Industrial.
all future development?
As far as the lots are concerned, for outside city limits, I did reach out also to Eddie. He had no objection. I do know the ordinance does require a 1 acre lot outside of the city. Sometimes they do make special exceptions, and I think this is one of them.
Okay.
Still need answers over here.
Not really, but
There's
I,
a comment by Eke 911 though that the access easement does need to be 50 feet wide. Anyone go ahead and-
Yeah. Just state your name, please.
Kyle Newton, Newton Engineering. Regarding the comment, I've reached out to Ector County 911 for the 30-foot access. In my opinion, the 30-foot access is adequate for our development. and I sent them a site plan on what we're doing. We're actually providing enough space for vehicles to park outside of that easement so that it won't be, vehicles won't be encroaching on it. So, my client would prefer to stick with the 30. And it is just an access easement. It's not a private road necessarily, or a public road even, so. And did Eddie say he was good with the
We
30?
had no comment in regards to that.
Okay.
I can reach out again to.
Yeah, I think we need a clarification if they're gonna want 50 for now on, or is this just this one, or?
Yeah.
And I'm not aware of anything out in the county, in the ordinance, where an access easement has to be 50. So, and the way I read the comment, it's recommended and should be considered. Well, I feel like we have considered and we've planned,
30.
our plan, justifies the 30 that would be adequate. So that's our position.
The only thing that I can do is reach out to Eddie again, see if there's any additional, either recommendation or a condition for that access easement.
Yeah, ask him if, is this something that they're going to plan on using in the future for, because developers need to be clear on if they're looking at 30 or 50, not having to get clarification every time we go to do something.
Okay. I will go ahead and do so. Did you want to continue with this plat as is, or did you want to go ahead and, wait for a response?
How much pain will it cause the owner of the property
If it is
if we
50.
wait to make a decision?
He probably wants to go and get it approved because it just says consider. It just says, it doesn't say we have to actually go. It just says consideration. So I think he'll be okay
Right,
either way.
Ector County 911 is consider and recommend, so to me, that's not, you have to do this, it's
Yeah.
just consider it, and I feel like we have, and I feel like it's not justified in our case. My client would like to get this moving, so I think delaying it, if we have to, we have to, but I'd like to try to get this moving along, if possible.
I would like to add that this is a preliminary. We can make adjustments on the
Right.
final.
Okay.
So we can approve this and let you guys fight it out
Yeah,
hereafter.
I think so.
Okay.
With that, with a note that you guys will be considering changing the
Yes,
50 to 30
Yeah.
feet easement,
well, with the
if,
note to.
if approved.
So we don't have to say
No.
anything on our
Well,
motion.
mainly
We'll just,
we
we'll
need to
just
know
approve it.
why the 50 all of a sudden.
I can only express that I will reach out to Eddie. Depending on his comments, I will go ahead and add the additional conditions if he proposes the 50.
Well, it just says consider. It doesn't even have it. It's not even in there as, that you have to do it anyway. It just says consideration anyway on here, so.
And I'm not aware of anything like in the county development regulations where it has to be 50. So I get-
That's how considerations get to be permanent real easy though.
Right,
you're starting to set a precedent.
Yes.
And
yeah.
from consulting, and I think you understand, it's difficult to, if it's not said in an ordinance or code or anything, it's difficult for us to plan, because this would impact our development, so.
Okay, so I think we know that the desire of the developer is to leave it at 30. And then if there's no further requirements,
If there's no additional requirements or conditions by the county, then we'll have to go ahead and go with the 30 feet on the final.
Okay,
And
okay,
this is preliminary, and we're still gonna make a final decision on it anyway, right?
yeah, okay. Which is good, so,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
anybody else got any comments on for or against? Or there's really not a public hearing, but
All right, close public hearing?
yeah, close.
Okay. Well, if you're ready for a motion, I'll move that we approve as recommended by staff.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Case file number 2023-57 P, a motion approving with staff's recommended conditions for proposed preliminary plat of Mardi Gras Estates, eighth filing, being a plat of 1.119 acre tract in section 38, block 42, T-1-S TMP Railroad Company Survey, City of Odessa, Ector County, Texas. Generally located on the north side of 87th Street, approximately 290 feet east of Evans Boulevard.
Thank you, Commission. The applicant Piper Survey Company is requesting to replat a 1.119 acre tract in section 38, block 42, T-1-S, TNPRR Co. Survey, City of Odessa, Ector County, Texas, for ownership purposes. This request has been routed to all respective city departments for review. Comments are below, and we have received no objections. Therefore, staff recommends approval of this preliminary plat of Mardi Gras Estates, eighth filing, subject to condition A. I'm now open for any questions.
Yes, sir. This is not a public hearing, so. Okay. We'll hear what you say. This is not a public hearing, but go ahead.
Well, I'm representing the developer.
Okay.
The application is
Could you state your name, please?
Stan Piper.
Okay.
Piper Surveying Company. The application was for a short farm plat, so it's not a preliminary as stated. Two, there's probably gonna be an ownership change very quickly. It's selling from 87th Street Partners, which is Beaton Bow's deal, because I worked for him before, and the developer's gonna be Dollar Store, and Joe has asked for a shared driveway on the southeast corner. But I just want to make sure that you know it's not a preliminary as stated in the paperwork. In the agenda anyway.
Yeah, everything's set out as preliminary.
This is all preliminary on our, what we have received.
Yeah, that's a proposed preliminary plat of Mardi Gras Estate.
Says short farm and circle.
It also says, you know,
Well, is there a reason it's not short farm?
It was indicated on the plat that was submitted that it's preliminary.
Well, it's preliminary because I didn't sign it, but no, it's not a preliminary plat. It's a short farm plat.
Let me table this and then we can fix.
okay,
I need some direction from
Yeah.
our staff.
Can we,
and it says short form on the request for approval. Short form.
That's what it's just showing us.
That's what it's showing on the deal, but on the intro it says preliminary, but here it says short form.
Can we amend, do we have to go back and amend the agenda, or how do we do
yes,
that?
can we amend the agenda? It was, when we received it, I did indicate that it was a short farm plat Mardi Gras. However, on the agenda, it went ahead and carried over as a preliminary.
Okay. So we can just amend the agenda and then
to
fix it.
indicate short farm.
Yeah.
Sure.
As, one additional comment, as Mr. Piper mentioned, I am asking that there be a shared driveway between this lot and the property directly to the east of it, to limit driveway access on 87th. So that would be an additional comment.
Okay. So you've got a remainder of 11.36 acres, and that's owned by they're common owners at the moment, with 87th Street Partners.
Today, it's common owners, so they could dedicate or meet some bounds access easement and reflected on the plat.
How would that affect the remainder of the 11 acres if you put, and I understand where you're going, the shared, and I absolutely agree, I was out there the other day.
What I expect,
There's gonna be 10 acres there. Will
right,
that one access at that location be sufficient to service the remaining acreage?
the way it looks, the corner lot here is a car wash. They have no access.
Okay,
Their access is off 87. If this splits into two lots, then this access will work for both of these, and this lot would come off of Marty.
okay.
So it depends on how it develops. If it splits.
So the
into-
easternmost part of that remainder wouldn't come onto 87th, it would have
it would
access
come
to
off of
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Okay,
And you just need a shared
Access.
access for,
This-
between those two?
That access would serve two lots. And if they split it into three, obviously we'll have to do something
Okay, yeah.
different, but two works perfectly.
okay. Yes, Mr. Piper. Okay,
What now?
well, we were just discussing that shared driveway and the effect that it would have on the remainder.
I do know that the engineer has designed the site plan, and he has a driveway planned, and I didn't bring it with me. I doubt he's got it centered, so I guess I've gotta call him and
Yeah.
see if, what'll happen. So I guess we'll have to do it contingent upon, approval of the shared driveway.
Maybe table it. Get this, I mean, there's just several things that need to be.
Another thing, Joe, if they wanna leave the driveway where it is, and then do an easement down the, inside the property, but on the frontage across there, they could use that driveway to go even to Mighty Wash and back the other way, but Mighty Wash has already got its plans
Yeah,
drawn.
they're not doing anything on 87.
And Mighty Wash is putting the water line in, and I understood from the engineers that they were gonna extend it for this property here too.
They are, we've seen those plans.
Okay. Any more questions?
What-
For me,
What's the recommendation?
Well, you would prefer not
Not to do additional
to
driveway.
do the
I,
shared easement? And I understand you have to get your clients.
first off, I've got a client, and my direct client on this is an engineering company
Okay,
and a development company that he's working for, and then Beaton Bow still owns it, so all I can say is I can take it to them and see what they say. Because I know they do already have a site plan, but that doesn't mean it's completely drawn. They have a conceptual site plan, and I'm sure that, I've never seen one where they, unless they knew it was gonna be a shared driveway, it was shared. So I guess I will accept based on their submitting it to them. Cause I don't have the right to say yes or no.
okay. Thanks, Stan.
Okay.
I'm a bit
Yeah.
concerned, 'cause I've got a few phone calls and some people asking me why the heck we approved the Murphy gas station at University in Grandview, and I've seen some things on Facebook and my community pages
One on the
about,
corner.
About
That lot's big
about-
enough though.
you know, the traffic and what's happening with some of these places having access. And I've got that across the street from my office now, where I've got a new coffee shop, and I think it's gonna be another car wash. And it's already very difficult to get out of my office on Grandview. So I understand the need to limit access.
You wanna know something? The traffic light's out that intersection right now, and that's why I was late getting here.
Yeah.
Did University and Grant,
You understand?
the light, somebody hit it.
I guess we need some direction from the,
Mr. Piper,
can
Ready
we,
to give.
yeah, can we approve this contingent upon him getting approval?
well,
Or is
Or
this something we should table?
I think we should.
I have received notification that the improvements have not been done yet. So My understanding was that it was originally going short form, but those improvements for utilities have not gone in. In situation like this, since improvements have not been done, it would have to go preliminary, and this is just in regards to the short form or preliminary. It is, however it is decided by commission, if they choose to table, we can go ahead and bring it back. And maybe at that time, do you think that those improvements will be done by then, or
I'm not in charge of it.
no? Okay. Okay.
I think we need to table to get some permit.
So I guess we need to figure out the most efficient way for progress to happen. So I think it would have to remain preliminary plat at this time,
Yes,
but would it be better to just, instead of approving it as preliminary plat, and then let y'all work out if we approve it as preliminary plat, can you work out the access issue before it comes back?
We'll have to, right?
Right.
There's no way around it if you don't.
And if we table it, that's gonna create the backlog and push you guys further back.
Well, I'm just glad to be here now, not 60 days later.
Right.
I'm
So-
glad to be here today and not 60 days later.
So I guess my question to staff is if we approve it as preliminary, it gives you guys an opportunity to work things out.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So it's going to be tabled?
We don't table it.
Well,
We'll approve it.
Preliminary, yes,
preliminary
sir.
rather than tabling it,
That's still
so
open.
we can keep moving forward.
Okay.
Any other comments? We have a motion.
I move for approval of this proposal as submitted by staff.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Right.
Motion carries.
We didn't need to approve it as a prelim?
That's a
Well,
pretty,
it
It's in here.
is,
Okay.
as presented,
Okay,
as
okay.
presented.
Oh, okay, all right.
Sorry.
That's confused.
Okay,
No
I'm
further- all
confused
right.
too. I was just making sure.
That's why I want him right here.
Well, I was looking at you, making sure he didn't want me to do the motion just as a prelim, but I didn't know if I needed to put it as a prelim, so.
No, it's in
okay.
here as a prelim.
Okay, all right.
No, I've caused enough trouble in 30 years.
Well, it says proposed prelim, so I
Yeah.
just making sure. Okay, so it'll be fine. Thank y'all.
Okay, we are adjourned.
All right, thanks, guys.